All right, YouTube. So Barack Obama turned 57 today, and it's like whatever, who cares? But it got me thinking about Obama, and just like on a couple different fronts. Obama was the first person to do something in office that affected me directly, and what I'm talking about is the Affordable Care Act. That's my opinion. Like, that was the thing that affected me the most, because ultimately what happened was that I ended up signing up for health insurance that I didn't actually want. And it was it's kind of a form of extortion. The Affordable Care Act essentially was extortion, because look, you essentially get a penalty for not buying health insurance that you don't want, or it doesn't make any sense. And even the architect of Obamacare basically said it was a complete disaster. So and that's kind of what got me really into politics. Like, before, I was aware, like with Bush and everything, I just knew that Bush was just an incompetent president, a warmonger. Like, on a very superficial level, I just thought, okay, Republican bad, Democrat good. But then when the Democrats came in, or Obama came into power, the first couple of years, like, whatever, like, it's great. He's the first black president. I was a teenager at the time. I really was kind of indifferent. I was like, yeah, it's great that Bush is out, but look, I don't think we should be celebrating the fact that, look, look at it this way, like, people were celebrating the fact that they elected an African-American president, and that was it. Like, that was good enough for them, I guess. And it didn't really matter what he did, and he did a lot of bad during his presidency. He was essentially Bush 2.0. And for some reason, because he's a Democrat, he's completely immune of all criticism. And even the same's going now with Bush. I mean, Bush came out and gave a speech about how Trump is rejecting globalism and how that's a bad thing, and now he's like lauded by the left like as some wonderful president. It's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit. Pardon my French. But I just, honestly, I like to save the swear words for when I'm really pissed off. And this is like one of those things. It's like, look, guys, how can you be so stupid? How can you be so stupid to see that Obama was essentially like Kerry in a lot of ways? Like, it doesn't matter who wins the election. It's just like it's the same agenda. It's the same bullshit. Like with drone strikes or surveillance, him being a very divisive figure in politics, basically trying to demonize the white community because of like shootings that happen around the country. I mean, he was a total whore for the media, and basically did their bidding to sow division in the country. He was totally willing to step up to the plate to do that. But Trump is the complete opposite. Trump's fighting every single inch not to become one of these, Obama types. And he's been doing a really good job. He's been doing a really fantastic job. And just based off this alone, so when Obama went out and he gave speeches and everything, it was awesome. He gave really good speeches. The E Pluribus Unum speech, that was a wonderful speech. It was up there with Ronald Reagan's A Time for Choosing. But then when Obama got into office and his inauguration was great, I watched it live. It was a great inauguration. But then after he got in, he didn't have that same type of flair and personality that he had on the campaign trail. He kind of went to this computerish, puppet type politician, and that really disappointed a lot of people, including myself, and that's the reason why he wasn't so popular. But Trump is at 420% savagery level all the time, and he carries that energy wherever he goes. He doesn't utilize it all the time, when he's in a cabinet meeting or doing a press conference, and not even with a press conference, but just a cabinet meeting or something more formal. He knows how to get into character, and he does it really good. He can be the politician when he wants to be the worldly president. He can be the total rebel rallier when he goes to the rallies, and God, fuck, I would love to go to one of his rallies. He actually had a rally up here in San Jose during the campaign, but there was such a violent presence of protesters there that I think it got cut short or something. The same deal with the Chicago. Actually, the Chicago rally was horrific. All the shit that was going on outside. And don't tell me for a second that George Soros or Hillary Clinton, they weren't behind those two things. For fucking sure they were. And that's a pretty good take. I'm going to end it on that. Obama, I'm wondering, him going out and campaigning for all these Democrats, he's going to do something stupid. He's going to say something stupid or do something. He's done a lot of stupid shit, obviously. But he's going to say something stupid on the campaign trail. about like probably going to talk about how Trump is a white supremacist or something, and it's just going to totally destroy his credibility or his popularity among the centrists. Because trust me, there are some centrists that are very still skeptical about Trump. I admit at times I'm skeptical of his presidency, but the same, I always come back to saying like, all right, he's a genius, which he is. But no, there's a lot of people that are in the center that are like, I'm kind of indifferent to Trump. I don't really care. I don't look at him as a racist or a sexist. I just think he's just the president, or I think he's probably a little obnoxious. But when they come out and they try and demonize him to be something that he isn't, or try and paint him as something that he isn't, they completely hurt their cause, because a lot of the people, including myself, when I was a Trump skeptic, after he got elected, I went and, I watched video of him talking, and he's not a racist, And, yeah, I don't buy the bullshit anymore. I don't, nothing about Russia or sexism or racism or xenophobia or anything like that. It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda, folks. And I think we're starting to wake up to that, honestly. What else? There's going to be some more news probably coming out about the protest in Portland right now. Another Soros, probably Clinton back thing. And I think here, this is the chain of command that I've heard. It's essentially Bush, Clinton, and then Obama, basically, like in chronological order, I guess. And they think, because Trump came after us, like he's our bottom bitch. And yeah, that ain't going to happen. You're not going to cook the Don, honestly. I mean, fuck, he is the God Emperor at this point. If he can get a second round of tax cuts, him and the Republicans can get a second round of tax cuts, his approval rating will probably be around like 60%. The approval rating that they claim that Obama had leaving the office, yeah, bullshit, Probably down there in the 20s, similar to Bush, honestly, because he was Bush 2.0. And just because he's a black man, just because he's a Democrat, does not make him immune to criticism. And I know you guys are going to try and pull that shit on us and be like, oh, you can't criticize him, he's the first black president. It's like, you're racist. No, we're not. We're being objective when we talk about it. And look, I'm the same way. I'm not going to kiss Trump's ass. There's some things that he does that's bad, with the whole Syria shit, and obviously. Anyways, yeah, that was a good take. I'll see you guys later.